His left cheek was blow with great strength, and his face was definitely printing with pretty fingers of his fiancée. You came after, he insisted on many times, because he had suppressed his feelings for long and he really wanted to make love to you. After he convinced you for long, you came here just to catch him kissing another girl in the hotel room. Why? Let me explain. He walked in front of you, only you know how to cheat on me. Do I not know, huh? Because he's your fiancé and you love him so much, that's why you wanted to give in. Heeseung, the girl is your half sister. She stood behind man, calling him softly as if she did something wrong, playing victim card. You wait and watch. You stormed out of hotel room. Yeah, why? You have mistaken us. Jewon shouted, but you didn't stop. One more glass. You gulped down 2 to 3 glass and staggered along the corridor of club nearby hotel. Delicate and beautiful face was flushed with tipsiness, wearing tight curvy dress, looking charming, a little impulsiveness rising up to bottom of your heart. You dumped into some tall figure. Be careful. A charming male voice came from above. His voice was strong enough to tempt anyone. Your drunken self's views. Mister, do you want to sleep with me? You asked boldly. This man was obviously stunned for a while before he raised his eyebrow and smirked. Sure. Suddenly, phone rang. Heeseung was anxious. He knew that he did something wrong behind his fiancée, but that was not his intention. The girl was his fiancée's stepsister, and she suddenly came and confessed to him, then sudden kiss and rest is history. He wasn't cheating on you, but your so-called sister was wanting to show in this way. He dialed your number and called. Phone rang for long, but no one answered. He tried again, and this time he got response. He heard someone's voice. Why? Some man grunted on another line. Who the are you? Heeseung is furious, and from other line, deep male voice came. It's the biggest failure for a man. If a man can't take care of his own women, time skip. Ouch, you wore a cloth pack with so much strength, with sore body, full body is cramping like your bone is cracked. Looking at this luxurious room and the air filled with wildness of last night, responding the unstoppable needs of men, you scan the room. After confirming that you are the only one left here, dumbfounded, you sat on the bed, looking at this diamond chain with the alphabet JK. You heard phone vibrating and you picked it up. Hello? God, Miss Vine, where are you? What happened yesterday? You and Heeseung, are you guys breaking off the engagement? Other side anxiously asked. This, the housekeeper from Kim family, middle-aged man Park Chae-sang, one of closest to you in that family. You blinked your eyes. Heeseung, he wants to break up. Miss Vine, don't come back home. Sir is really angry. You better watch the TV yourself. Only question left in your head was Heeseung wanted to break the engagement. Dragging your body, you turned on the TV of hotel room. Host is announcing on the news that between two big companies, son and daughter's engagement was cancelled now, and Heeseung stood with Yewon by the side announcing it. I, Lee Heeseung, is here to announce to the media that the engagement with Vine, second daughter of Kim family, has been cancelled. He looked like he has been cheated by his fiancée. Yesterday when he called Vine, I found she was with the man at hotel room last night. This kind of cheating and improper women has nothing to do with me from now on. The news of Kim family's second daughter and Kim family's first son was on the news 2 years ago and it was almost covered. So this news didn't blow for long. It was said that Kim family's second daughter was found in the club's spare room with Kim family's first son, and the news almost went viral for the step siblings having affairs at that night. But no one dares to talk about it now. Heeseung had accepted that it was only rumors, but now there is another one. Kim Ye-won, eldest daughter of Kim family, stood beside Lee Hee-sung. Reporters asked the beautiful lady next to a handsome man, showing how devastated was this man when he found out that his girlfriend or fiancée cheated on him. Then may I ask Miss Ye-won, will the Kim family give a Lee family explanation about Miss Vine's affair during her engagement with Mr. Lee? This is a personal problem of Vine. It has nothing to do with our family. Jewon stood very close to Heeseung, saying with polite smile, looking all beautiful, we don't interfere into each other's business, but we are very disappointed with her behavior, so we are cutting ties with her. She had nothing to do with our family anymore. Many people know that Kim family's second daughter is illegitimate child, so it's not hard for them to frame. You are so shocked. Haesung accused you cheating before marriage and you didn't even know when that happened. You won't take advantage of it to announce that you have nothing to do with Kim family. Realizing what happened last night, you called Haesung with trembling hand. What else do you want to say? He sounded distant. The love and warmth he had in the past no longer existed. Hey Sang, what do you mean? What do you mean I had an affair? You were the one. Last night at hotel room, who were you with? Wine, you were more than despicable than I thought. I called you last night and it was a man who answered it. You refused me a million times and it turned out you were having fun around. You are the worst person I have ever known. I regret loving you. His sarcasm and humiliation made your heart sink and you shook your head. No, I didn't mean it. I drank too much yesterday and I don't know what happened either. You desperately shook your head. Tears welled up in your eyes. Why you end up like this? He sang and you were engaged for a month. You both can talk to each other calmly, but He sang didn't came after you last night. And you were so impulsive at that time. You grip on your hair, crying He sang that there is no need to quibble anymore. It couldn't be better in this case. He coldly said the arrogance that this girl have made him really angry, and the best punishment was to break up. Your heart trembled and you slowly lowered your head, kneeling on the ground. So, who was the man last night? He sung, asked, clenching his fist. You raised your head with dry tears and looked at the bed. The chain you have on your palm was full of fragrance of man's unique perfume. Many paparazzi were outside the hotel room when you walked out. After escaping from that situation, you came to sit on the safe place and called Chae-sang and then wait him in the coffee shop. Sipping on the coffee, there is news playing on the TV screen. A financial interview of biggest company CEO was there with the reporters. Hype international company in Asia, one and only youngest golden bachelor Jungkook. This man had achieved today's business miracle by virtue of his unique vision and decision. Multinational company's owner and already listed on top 10 world's billionaire. 26 years golden man. You held your face and looked at the perfect handsome face of well-known nation's business rigid man. In addition to fame and status, that popular handsome face successfully caught all men and women. Media always mentioned how this man is admirable. Such a man only find in book. So impressive, listed on top 5 handsome face and have perfect body with zero scandal with women. That was what man envy him. You know, the more you became famous, you will gain hits and your success will make people cry. So, like that, there is always someone who will dare to stay in this perfect man status, even if he has nothing to do with women. This will not mean that he will not have anything to do with men. At least, this is what they say. Jungkook was often catched scandal with Kim Taeyong, head of military and other nations, handsome and hot man alive, known as Korean's powerful couple, exact to say gay couple. Hashtag even many girls have private fan base for this. Well, who's on fault? Two handsome men are often catched hanging out together and having close relationship, brotherhood. Well, who knows? Many people are already shipping them wholeheartedly. Don't argue, no matter what they will make any girl fall in love. Like, I want him, but I want him to be with him. Haha, tragedy. Millions women are always trying for them. It's really amazing. You couldn't help but adore the man on the big screen. He is indeed the most successful entrepreneur. If only you had chance to meet such a person, it would be very difficult for women to not fall in love with him. When he wore formal dress, it gives rich CEO vibe with that lips and eyebrow piercing and the tattoos. But when he wore casual cloth, he's indeed give bad boys vibe. Look like dream boyfriend. But he is known as impulsive person. A real, heartless, intimidating, full of hostile and decisive person. Totally like your personality. If I met you before I met Heeseung, maybe I would also fall in love with you. But this kind of man is completely different from you. You are illegitimate daughter of Kim family and Heeseung's family also don't like you. It's hard to be with eye-catching man. Always will be under others' pressure and get unnecessary attention. Like you being Heeseung's girl, you're gonna see others' eyes full of jealousy and envy. Just I'ma roll eyes on it. Female fans are already terrible. Like Heeseung fangirl also hated you cause you dated the one of top men in the city, but now yesterday night scandal and announcement of engagement cancellation news was spreading wildly. Heeseung quickly get out of car and headed towards coffee shop and came to you when he spotted you sitting on that table on the corner watching advertisement on the big screen about high president who just got back from United States after having conference about new project. What happened? Why Heeseung suddenly broke engagement with you? Chesang asked in concern and you told brief what had happened. Like Heeseung asked you to go to hotel and you saw him kissing another girl, then you lost for night. Uncle, is dad really angry with me? Chesang is very close to you. No one will be concerned about you than him in that family. Miss Fine, I'm sorry, but sir refused to let you go home. Chesang was shocked, so it's meant Miss Umji and Mr. Lee, you nodded and sneered. They forced you to take action and so on. You will never regret it. Miss Fine, why don't you go back to home and explain? Maybe sir will forgive you. Is it helpful? Will dad believe my words? You know, no matter what, your one will always be the apple of Kim family's eyes. So they don't care much about you. At this time, a car stopped outside the coffee shop and two men wearing formal suits walked in straightly. Their eyes were fixed on you and walked with files. Are you Miss Kim Wine? They looks professional and one of take out check from the file. I am Song Minho. This is check sent by my boss for Miss Kim. As for the reason, our boss said that he just have to say room number at hotel last night and that will be enough. You're shocked, isn't this the hotel you spent night with man? You looked at the check, so did it means he had paid you for night? Well done. Your hands clenched under table and then smiled sweetly. Thank you so much. Please wait a moment. You stood up and walked in front of counter. You were quite familiar to this shop, then asked for envelope and pen and write your some good words, then filled some money in. After that, you walked back and handed the envelope with both hands smiling. Mr. Song, thank you for coming. Help me to tell your boss that I don't need this check. I will give this to him to make sure that he didn't need to thank me for that. Both men look at each other strangely. If this is what Miss Kim wants, then I will definitely deliver this to my boss behalf of you. No wonder this man is well known in the city. He acted calm and spoke without hesitation. You watched them left and you scoffed. Everyone has money. After using, he won't come to see or even wake you up before he go. But he would send someone to send money to you. Did that person think that his 1 million is worthy of your one night? That's lot money, but if he sleeps around and pay, it's you who had slept with him. So it would be you who needed to send money to him, right? Miss Fine. Heeseung looked at people frightened. This secretary, I think it's from Hype. Did you offended anyone? Offended? What? How dare you come back after what you had done? Mrs. Kim shouted as soon as you step inside the house. Get out of here. Kim family don't need the daughter like you anymore. Mr. Kim was sitting on the sofa coldly while Mrs. Kim exploded like bomb. You really like your mother. You don't know how to be grateful. How dare to make us lose our face like this? See, I told you that illegitimate child would never be like real hires. If were not for Mr. Lee's generosity, we would not be able to stay in this city anymore. You clenched your fists and looked at the people of Kim family. Servants are standing in the corner, lowering their heads, and Jivon is not here. Dad, last night it's not my fault. Heeseung and I, unlike Mr. Kim, Mrs. Kim never accepted you in this family. Even Mr. Kim married to Mrs. Kim. You believe the one in his heart was your mother. You didn't know much about your childhood, but after your mother left you, Mr. Kim brought you in this family. Since then, Mrs. Kim started to be indifferent and wanted to drive you away from Mr. Kim's life. Mrs. Kim and you both treated each other like guests. You never called her mother. Dad, Umji and Heeseung at the hotel last night. They were together. They started it at first. What do you mean, Ryan? Are you blaming Umji? She boiled with anger. Honey, looked, she is blaming Umji for her doing now. I have always treated her like my own child. There is no need to say anything. Ryan, you let ruin your engagement by yourself? You can't blame anyone. Mr. Kim stood angrily. You had also signed a contract that you wanted to transfer your share to Umji. You better not regret it. You are shocked you didn't think about share of Kim Group that given by your father 20% share as a compensation Mr. Kim given to you, but now it's snatched by Yvonne.